YouTube lives because I scheduled the live on my computer and I tried to go live from my phone and it wasn't letting me go live. So I was trying to figure that out and going back and forth, which is why I'm 9 minutes late, but we're here. So my name is Dakira for those who don't know me yet, and I'm a dietitian that helps women to manifest perfect health as well as helping to manifest being free from recurring vaginal infections. So today's topic is going to be on the fact that pain is an illusion. I have my notes pulled up, and we're going to be talking about 5 different ways to naturally alleviate pain with your mindset. So, before I even get started, when I say pain is an illusion, I'm not referring to pain not being real. I'm just referring to the fact that pain is a perception. So, whether it's physical or emotional pain, it is not our identity, but some people make pain a part of their identity. They're always saying how I'm in chronic pain or I suffer from chronic pain. And when you make something a part of your identity, your reality has no choice but to reflect that because our identity is a reflection of our thoughts and beliefs. And our thoughts and beliefs are stored in our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind's job is to perform confirmation bias, meaning that it proves all of our thoughts and beliefs to be true due to the reticular activating system, the RAS, the RAS, whatever. So, when you understand that pain is a reflection of focus, perception, and belief, then you can reclaim your power and then go back into alignment with your natural state, which is you being healthy and not being in pain. So, I'm just looking at my notes to see where I want to start off, actually. Okay, so like I told you guys, pain is a perception. It's your body sending signals to you and your brain deciding what those signals mean. So pain is the body's way of communicating. So without pain, we wouldn't really know sometimes what's going on where in our body. And we obviously know pain is for safety mechanisms so that we know not to touch a fire or not to put our hands underneath a tire. I don't know. But a lot of people will have this perception that they think that being in pain means that they're being punished. But it's a way of your body trying to get your attention. But when we focus on the pain with fear, frustration, and resistance, then that's when the nervous system amplifies the signal and it gets louder because what we focus on grows. So when you're focused on something, you'll notice that it gets bigger in your reality. When you don't focus on it and you neutralize it and you take all of your awareness and focus off of it, it kind of just fades away, it goes away in the background. And the truth is that pain does not live in your body, it's created in the mind. So your nervous system stores memories, emotions, beliefs, and it filters every sensation through past experiences. This is why two people can have the same physical issue, but one feels extreme pain and the other one doesn't. And I actually do have an example of this. And this is because the difference isn't in the body, it's in the mind's interpretation. So, you know, those people that say they have a high pain tolerance and they really do have a high pain tolerance. So, like, they'll get like tattoos and piercings and other stuff like that, and it doesn't really affect them. But then other people will get things like that and they'll be in a lot of pain or they'll be really scared. And this is because everyone's interpretation of pain is different. And I used to have a friend who had a high pain tolerance. So she would do a bunch of different things and not feel pain. And especially those people, well, those women that go through their periods experiencing period cramps, but don't take medication because their pain tolerance is different. So whatever pain tolerance you claim for yourself is what you're going to have. If you believe you have a high pain tolerance, then your subconscious mind is going to prove to you as to why you have a high pain tolerance by showing you that you don't really experience pain that severely. If you think the opposite, then your subconscious mind is going to prove to you exactly that. So when you shift your consciousness, your body follows. And the more you focus on safety, peace, and healing, the more your nervous system relaxes. And when your body feels safe, the pain naturally softens. So you are not your sensations or the pain, you are the awareness observing them. So when it comes to manifesting anything, you have to focus on what is your awareness behind the issue. So if you experience something that's causing you pain, but if your awareness is on the pain's going to magnify. If your awareness is on something else besides the pain, then the pain will either go away or you won't really notice it or it won't really be on the forefront of your attention. So the moment you stop saying I'm in pain and instead you think I notice a sensation, but my body is safe, then you automatically take your power back. and that pain no longer defines you. It just becomes energy moving through you because these are all just different energies ready to be released. So that is what I mean when I say understanding that pain is an illusion. It's not to say that it's fake or it's not real, but it's basically to show you that it's your perception of the pain, and we can change our perception at any time. So now my second talking point, which I already briefly mentioned, is the fact that your mind magnifies the pain. So whatever we focus on grows. So focusing on the pain amplifies it because where energy flows where attention goes. That's like a common saying. So when you're constantly checking on symptoms or you're waiting to feel better and you're dwelling in the feeling of pain and really, really, really focusing on it, you keep yourself in that loop of pain because your body has to confirm your thoughts and beliefs to be true. And the more you identify someone who is in pain, the more your body aligns with that story. And I have a personal example that I mentioned in one of my other lives, which I'll talk about later because it's going to come up in one of my talking points. But when you are dealing with pain, and you can take your focus off of the pain in any way possible, the pain is going to subside, go away, or it's going to, you'll notice that you just won't feel it as much. This is both spiritual and psychology. I'm a dietitian, and I've learned both aspects of this. So, yes to both of your questions. But I'll answer questions after the live. So my third talking point is memory association with pain and how the brain keeps you stuck in this cycle. So when you experience pain, especially for a long period of time, your brain begins to associate certain sensations, places, movements, or even emotions with pain. So I'll give you an example of like emotional pain association. So when if you're going through a breakup or something traumatic and you listen to a certain song over and over and over again, when you revisit that song later in life, you start to feel that pain again. This is an example of the memory association. So that means that after the original source of the pain has healed, your nervous system will still remember it and can recreate the same feelings as a form of protection. So our bodies will do this to protect us. And so this can literally keep your body in a cycle of pain. So you're not crazy when this happens to you, your body is just remembering. So this is called a pain memory loop, or known as neural association. And that's why pain can persist even when there's no physical reason left behind the pain. So if we're talking spiritually and metaphysically, pain memories are energetic imprints, and it's a reflection of stored emotion and attention that has not been released. So the subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between the past and the present. It only thinks about your pain, and your body relives it right now. So when you're thinking of an experience that caused you pain, and you start to feel it in your body because your brain can differentiate between the past versus the now and the future. So this is why when you think of a situation that hurt you, whether it was a breakup or a friend that hurt you, you start to get emotionally reactive in the moment now because your brain doesn't know that was in the past. It just thinks that it's happening literally right now. So every time you say or think this hurts, you're reminding your body to recreate that same sensation. But every time you affirm a different reality for yourself, such as I am safe now, I am healthy, you are rewriting your body's memory. So when you are feeling in pain, you can actually reprogram the pain memories. So one, you want to interrupt the pattern. When you feel the pain, you want to be neutral or non-reactive as possible. Because once you react, then it's going to feed more energy into it, and then you're going to feel the pain. So you want to take a deep breath and just say, this is just an old memory. I am safe now. And you want to repeat that, and this is going to break the brain-body loop that keeps the pain alive. You then want to create new associations. So trying to move, stretch, dance, breathe while affirming, this feels good. My body moves with ease. This teaches your brain that those movements equal safety and not pain. Then you want to rewrite this story with visualization. So you close your eyes and you see your body moving freely, light and strong, and imagine the relief that you feel if you were not in pain, and you feel that right now in this moment. And trust me, I know how it feels to persist in health manifestations while feeling physical pain, but it's all a mindset thing. It's all a mental game. You have to really feel the feeling of the person who is not in pain and how you would act is if you were not in pain. You can also use sound and subliminal healing. I can help, and I'm going to explain this more down below in my other talking points. And you want to anchor into gratitude, because if you were not in pain, you would be thanking God or universe, whoever you believe in, for your health, and just thanking your body that it knows how to heal itself. So pain is just your body's memory playing on a repeat. It's not actually your truth. So every time you react to pain, you're reminding your nervous system to hold on to it. But when you say this is just an old memory, or that this is just a reflection of the past and that you're safe now and that everything is fine, you're teaching your body to let go of the pain. So in my fourth talking point, we want to persist in the new story. So even when the pain is present, you still want to persist in the story of perfect health. So this is not about you denying the human experience of feeling pain. It's about you detaching from it. You can observe it without claiming it. You can feel the discomfort and still choose the identity of I am healthy. So I'll give an example. So I previously dealt with a condition called hidradenitis. And for those who don't know, it's basically an inflammatory skin condition where you get boils or cysts underneath your underarms, your vag area, your ass area, whatever. And when I was younger, I used to deal with it very, very badly. From a spiritual standpoint, boils and cysts are actually a sign that you have suppressed anger in your body. And at this time, when I was younger, like in my teenage years, I did have a lot of anger in my body due to living in a toxic environment and dealing with a bunch of different things. So at this time, I knew nothing about this. So I was just constantly dealing with cysts and flare ups all the time. Recently, I had one flare up, and I don't deal with them anymore usually. I had one flare up, and it was really, really bad, and it was really, really painful. Back in the day, when I would have these flare ups, they would typically last for about a week, especially the size of it that I had recently, that would last me usually like a week. But this time, because I know the power of the mind, I said, this is not my reality. This is a reflection of the past. I know myself to be healthy right now. And if I am healthy, this cyst cannot exist in my reality. And this cyst was on my vag. So you can imagine it was extremely, extremely, extremely painful. And there was a lot of pressure to the area. I couldn't really walk properly. I couldn't lay down properly. I couldn't sleep well. I had to sleep on my back, and then my back was hurting me. I didn't really feel like doing anything because of the pain, which was there, and it was just so intense. So out of a 10, the pain was definitely a 10. So what I decided to do instead was try to act as normal as possible. I still would try to walk throughout the house. I still would try to prepare my food normally. I still would try to act normally and do things normally. And I tell myself, like, this is just a reflection of the past. This is no longer my reality. This cannot exist in my reality because I am healthy. And if I'm healthy, this cyst cannot exist. Like, that's just impossible. So what I'm doing is I'm rejecting 3D, but I'm persisting in the story, which I am healthy regardless of what I'm seeing in 3D. And that's what you have to do. You have to persist in your new story no matter what you're seeing in your reality. So I persisted, and I listened to pain alleviating frequencies on YouTube. So I typed in frequencies for pain alleviation. I was listening to them. I would close my eyes and visualize me living my life without the cyst. I would also visualize the cyst just being gone. So not the cyst being dissolved, but just it being gone. And then I would also listening to pain alleviating subliminals, which I now have on my channel after that experience. I created my own pain alleviating subliminal to help other people who also deal with chronic pain as well. So I was listening to pain alleviating subliminals and frequencies. And I was also just visualizing and imagining that this cyst was gone. I was back to normal and just acting normal and persisting in the new story that I'm healthy regardless of this cyst. And did I take medication? Yes, I did, because it was extremely, extremely painful. And I resisted the medication for a long time. And then at some point, I was just like, I don't want to feel this anymore. So I took medication. This, during this time of this cyst, is when I started looking into the fact that pain is an illusion. So I didn't really know much about this topic before that cyst. So that cyst gave me the idea to make this video, which is why I'm doing it now. So I always alchemize my pain into purpose. So without that cyst flare up, I wouldn't be making this video right now, honestly. So in that, I was researching, like, if pain is an illusion, then why is it so intense? Why do we feel it and it hurts really bad, whether that's physical pain or emotional pain, whatever? And that's when I came about researching this and then making a video on it. But either way, I persisted in my new story, and I just continued, and then the cyst dissolved itself within 2 days. Typically, like I said before in the past, it would take about a week. This time it was 2 days. It's because I persisted in a new story that this cyst literally cannot exist in my reality if I'm someone who is healthy. So when you are dealing with any chronic pain, and I'm a dietitian, so I've worked in nursing homes, I've worked in hospitals, and I've worked with many clients and patients who deal with chronic pain, whether it's from arthritis or any inflammatory condition. I know I've seen their pain, and this isn't to say that one person's pain is worse than the other. All I'm saying is that it's your own perception of the pain. And if you tapped into the power of your mindset more, you can dissolve your pain naturally and faster so that you're not dealing with the pain. Because when you persist in the story of I'm always in pain, I suffer from chronic pain, then you're just staying in victim mode. And that's not going to make you feel better, nor is it going to heal you when you're vibrating at such a low frequency. And frequency is just your awareness of something. So when your awareness is focused on being a victim, your frequency, which is a not combination, but compounded vibration over time, this is what forms your dominant vibration, your dominant frequency of you being a person that's always dealing with chronic pain. And so your reality has no choice but to reflect you being a person who is constantly dealing with chronic pain. So now when it comes to reprogramming tools to help, you have affirmations, you have visualization, you have revision, and you also have breath work and nervous system regulation. So affirmations, this looks like you saying my body is safe, my body is healing, I'm healthy now. That's basically what I was doing when I was talking to myself, saying this can't be my reality because I am healthy and I'm above all illness, and just saying all those things. That's basically affirmations. I was speaking those positive words over my life. So affirmations can be very helpful. You can also look up some affirmations on YouTube, or you can ask ChatGPT to create affirmations for you. Visualization, imagination creates reality. That's what I was doing, and I was visualizing the cyst being dissolved. I was seeing myself living pain-free, walking pain-free, laying down pain-free, just doing things I would normally do and just moving with ease. And I was doing this as much as possible and just imagining that this cyst was just gone. Revision closes the gap between your past and right now. So what I was also saying to myself was, I've never dealt with cysts before. Even if in 3D I did deal with cysts in the past, technically the past is not even an accurate reflection of in your memory, because your memory does not really dictate the past properly. There's actually science behind this, but I was basically revising, like, I've never had a cyst before. Like, I've never even dealt with this before. So this is actually really strange. Like, this can be my reality. And I was just revising the fact that I've never had a cyst before, that this is not happening. I never had hydrogen. Like, I was just like saying those things over and over and over again. And you can use revision to recreate your memory, because revision also impacts the future. So revision is not only you changing the past, revision also changes how you experience the future. Because, for example, let's say you revise the fact that you've never had hydrogen, if you do deal with that also. In the future, you'll notice that you will not be getting hydrogen anymore or having flare-ups, because you're changing your past memory. And if your past memory doesn't involve hydrogen, how would you get it in the future, if that makes sense? So revision also impacts and changes the future. So you can revise, I've always had a strong, pain-free body. My body has always moved with ease. I've never dealt with pain before. I've always had a high pain tolerance, like whatever you want to tell yourself. Then you can also use breath work, nervous system regulation, which can calm the fight or flight response that the body can repair. So we have two nervous systems, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The sympathetic is a fight or flight response. When we're in that sympathetic activation, our bodies, it's harder for our bodies to heal because our bodies are focused on surviving. This is the survival mode. But when we switch into parasympathetic, which is the rest and digest, this is when our bodies like to heal. So our bodies like to heal when we're in a theta state. So when we're calm, when we're sleeping, when we're napping, when we're just zen. Our bodies love to heal in that state versus in survival mode, fight or flight mode, when we're in constant panic, worry, fear, anxiety, stress. So regulating your nervous system and doing breath work can be really, really helpful for also alleviating your pain. So now I'm going to go into 5 natural ways to get rid of pain naturally. And if you are resonating with this topic of manifesting your health and using your mindset to really heal your body, then you guys should definitely look into my I Am Healthy as Fuck monthly manifestation membership. It's $55 a month, and I basically do 30-day challenges with you. I give you daily nutrition lessons. We go over health manifestation books, so there's like a book club in there as well. And you basically get to be in a community of other people who are also manifesting their health together. So, 5 natural ways to get rid of pain naturally, and that's linked below, by the way. Number 1, you can use the placebo effect. So this is mind over matter. Whatever you believe heals you is what heals you. This is because, like I said before, the subconscious mind's job is to prove your thoughts and beliefs to be true due to the reticular activating system job of performing confirmation bias. So even something as simple as drinking tea and saying that this makes the pain go away can create a physiological shift. That's why you can give somebody a sugar pill and tell them that this will lower your blood sugar or this will heal your pain. And if they believe it, the pill will actually work. So you can use the placebo effect by telling yourself that whatever you're doing is helping the pain to go away. Let's say you're drinking a smoothie. Oh, this smoothie helps really well with pain. So let's say you're drinking a tea. Oh, this tea definitely gets rid of the pain. Like it's known for that. It always helps me with that. Going on a walk helps you with pain. Watching TV helps you with pain. Like literally, whatever you believe in and what you say is going to then cause that placebo effect to then get rid of the pain for you. So this can be a really helpful tool, and these are all different ways. So you choose what works for you and you stick with that. Number 2, pain relief frequencies and subliminals. So like I told you, listening to healing frequencies and subliminals, they help to retrain your subconscious mind and relax your nervous system. They also communicate directly with the cells in your body. So basically how an ibuprofen will go into your body and communicate with that cell to stop the pain, the healing frequencies also do the same thing. And the healing frequencies are not just for pain, they help to alleviate you from if you're dealing with illness like cold, flu, virus, or any health condition. These frequencies communicate to the cells in your body to heal. So you have pain relief frequencies. I believe the common hertz for those is 528. I forgot, I think 285 hertz is another one. But these help a lot with alleviating pain. Also, subliminals. Subliminals are audio recordings that have affirmations wired into them that directly communicate with your subconscious mind and rewire your thoughts and beliefs. This is important because your conscious mind, when it hears affirmation, sometimes it'll block it because your ego will be like, no, that's not true. So it creates resistance. So you can bypass that resistance by using subliminals that directly taps into your subconscious mind. And so this is a health subliminal YouTube channel. Not only do I create educational videos on health manifestation and on helping women to heal from recurring vaginal infections, but I do also create health subliminals. I have a whole entire playlist on health subliminals. I have a playlist for clear skin subliminals, and I also have one for vag healing subliminals. So subliminals are a really, really, really powerful tool to help you retrain your subconscious mind and relax your nervous system and changes your thoughts and beliefs, which then create your reality. So that's another tool that you can use, which is what I used. Number 3, you can use breath work for relief. So slow, deep belly breathing signals safety to the body. So you can try doing inhaling for 4 counts through your nose, exhaling for 6 through your mouth. It can help to reset your pain perception almost instantly. It also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest nervous system, which can help to calm you down and bring you into a healing state. It can take your mind off of the pain because once we focus on our breath, it can distract us, not distract in a bad way, but take the focus off of everything else. Tip number 4, you want to act normal and ignore the pain. So this is not to say to negate your healing and to just push through and have like that toxic healing experience, but acting normal, ignoring the pain, as in you want to act as if you were the person that does not deal with the chronic pain. So a lot of people, when they deal with certain health conditions and their chronic pain, they literally bow down to the pain and they don't do things because of the pain, and they also use the pain as an excuse, like, oh, I have arthritis, so I'm not going to go on a walk today. Or they choose to go in a wheelchair at the grocery store instead of even trying to walk because they just accepted the fact that they cannot walk. When you can act normal, ignore the pain, and move through your days if you're already pain-free, this teaches your brain that pain no longer defines your identity. Your identity is always going to reflect in your reality. So when you can act normal, act as if you're a person who never deals with pain, and you ignore it and you act normal, this is training your body to believe that you don't experience pain, and eventually your 3D reality will catch up to you and you will no longer be dealing with chronic pain. So for me, like I told you guys, when I had that cyst, I was still walking around acting normal. Even though I was walking with a limp and I was in a lot of pain, I was still trying to act as normal as possible. So that can also be really, really helpful. And you want to act as if you were to, if as if you are your highest version of self. So let's say you have arthritis, tendonitis, fibromyalgia, whatever. The higher version of you who did not deal with this condition, what would she be doing? How would she act? Then you want to start embodying that person every single day to train your body into believing that's who you are. And eventually your reality will catch up with your thoughts, because imagination creates reality. So that's the law of assumption. And also it's backed by science. So it's really, really important that you just normalize you being pain-free. Number 5, positive distraction. So focus on things that feel good: laughter, nature, music. Shifting your attention away from the pain literally reprograms neural pathways. So when I was dealing with the pain, I was doing things that made me feel good. I was watching YouTube videos. I was on Netflix. I was laying down and resting as much as possible while still also getting up and trying to be active and not just laying there because I was in pain. But I was taking my mind off the pain as much as possible. I smoke, so I did smoke, just to get my mind off of things. And just using positive distraction can be very, very, very helpful with taking your focus off of things. I do have another video called Your Awareness on Your Health Problem is Worsening It. So that goes more into details as to how what you focus on grows. So by having a positive distraction, that can be very, very helpful with you decreasing the awareness and the feeling of the pain in your body. So I already gave you guys my own personal example of times I dealt with pain and I persisted through it. I also do have another example. I actually manifested my period this month being way less painful and also shorter and lighter. And whenever I felt myself getting cramps, I would reject reality and tell myself, I can have cramps because I don't get cramps and I'm above all illness and my body is healthy. If my body is healthy, then why would I have cramps? And I kept rejecting the cramps and the cramps would literally go away. So that's another example of how you can reject reality and also put your perception of, change your perception of pain. Another example, actually, and this is the common one that most women deal with, is when you are living your day normally and you got your period, but you didn't know you got your period. And then you go to the bathroom and realize you got your period, and all of a sudden you're feeling the pain because your body is associating period with pain. But before you even knew you got your period, you weren't even feeling any pain at all. So that's another memory association with pain when it comes to periods. So with that being said, your healing doesn't start when the pain stops. It starts with when you decide that the pain isn't your truth. So when you stop identifying with pain, you stop dwelling in pain, you stop focusing on pain, then you will no longer experience a reality which you are in chronic pain. This is what I help clients with who come to me in VIP days. So I offer VIP days for people who want to basically quantum leap into the reality in which they are their desired self, a person who's not dealing with chronic health conditions. I do VIP days to help people with chronic health conditions. So I go through all of these techniques with them. I teach them about how to embody the highest version of themselves, of the person who does not deal with pain. And I basically give them a whole entire rundown of a plan. We talk in the VIP day, obviously, about like things that can be causing things from like a more spiritual, energetic standpoint, also from a scientific and nutrition standpoint. And you basically get a healing protocol in one day, well, technically 4 hours. So I do offer those virtual VIP days, and the link for that is also down below. This is what I help clients with all the time. And when I was at my previous jobs, I've also helped a lot of clients heal their arthritis, their tendonitis, their fibromyalgia, any chronic painful condition. I've helped clients to heal not just from nutrition, but also through using things like subliminals, visualization. So these tools work. I know this because I use them on myself and also on clients as well. So if you need help with healing from a chronic health condition, definitely check out the option for a VIP day down below. Or you can just continue watching my videos for free, of course. Or you can also join I Am Healthy as Fuck, which is the monthly manifestation membership. But it's really, really possible, 100%, to heal from chronic painful conditions. All it takes is a mindset shift and mindset work. And technically, even though nutrition does support it, you don't have to do all these extravagant things like taking all these supplements and doing all these things. It's literally just a mind thing because your mind is the cause, your reality is the effect. So we all know cause and effect. That means that you cannot change an effect with an effect. So you can't just rely on 3D physical action to heal something that is a result of your mind, which is the cause. So with that being said, just remember that pain is temporary. It's only something that's moving through you, and it's a signal to your body for you to focus on something in order to basically alleviate that or to change your perception of something. So that's pretty much it for today's live. If anyone has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Otherwise, I will end this live in the next few minutes. But also to go more in depth with this person's question. So there are spiritual meanings behind pain. And if you want to learn more about that, you can listen to the audiobook called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes. It's a free audiobook on YouTube, and she goes over some of the different reasons behind certain health conditions. And so, like I told you guys, having cysts or boils spiritually means that you have suppressed anger. So if that's the case, you want to look into anger releasing somatic workouts like hip opening, stretches or workouts, especially if you're a woman, or doing things that can release anger from your body can be really, really helpful as well. And psychology, you can this is neuroscience. This is reprogramming. So I hope that helps also. Oh, actually, I do also want to give an example of a client that I had in the past, where I helped her heal her arthritis. So she was dealing with arthritis for, I forgot how long, but it was for like a while, for a few years. And when I first started working with her, there's a few things that were not great. So one, she was drinking 2 liters of soda a day. That's over 230 grams of added sugar. And so we all know that added sugar can lead to inflammation in the body, especially when consumed in excess. And while, yes, that is just a belief, she was consuming a lot of added sugar. So unconsciously, because she didn't know or she didn't realize, she was causing a lot of inflammation in her body. So what we did is we added more nutrients into her diet. We also added arthritis alleviating subliminals. And from October up until this day, she hasn't had an arthritis flare up since. We also eliminated some certain foods that were causing her arthritis flare ups. So one of the common flare triggers are nightshade vegetables. So again, yes, these are all beliefs, and you actually can change your beliefs around food so that they don't cause a trigger or reaction in your body. But for this client, she just prefers to just remove the food. So once we removed certain foods that triggered her, we added in the subliminal. She was also doing meditations and other things. She hasn't had arthritis flare up in months, and I also helped her to heal her high blood pressure. And speaking of high blood pressure, I do have an ebook on how to manifest healthy blood pressure, because that is also possible as well. So it seems like no one has any questions. I do see people on here, but no one has any questions. So I will end this live here. You can leave your questions down below in the comments. Otherwise, I go live every 3 to 4 days. So stay tuned for the next live, and I will see you all then. Bye, everyone.